This is a video about going around the UK in a very small speedboat. We've put a hole in the boat, so in this episode we're going back to the boatyard.
Oh, that's a big one.
Oh. We went over some very big waves and destroyed the boat, putting a hole in it down here. Right, we just noticed there's a crack here on the bow. We now have a hole. There's a big crack here, and the cracks run all the way along. The big waves took their toll. We've also now got a hole in the front tube. There's a leak in the front tube somewhere. Could be the valve. I've done a lot of gluing to these tubes over the years, but this time it's time to go and see the professionals. So we've got to fix the hole in the boat. It's going to be slightly embarrassing going back to Cockwells, but we also need to fix a hole in the tubes because Goodwin has a bit of a slow puncher. Can't work out where the leak's coming from, so we're going to see a tube professional. So first stop in Cornwall is the rib tube specialist. Here to see Andrew. He's a rib tube specialist, so he knows everything there is to know about rubber. Hopefully he can fix the leak and maybe add a few little upgrades. Here I am. Yeah. I've made it.
Good job.
And here you are doing exactly what you do.
This is what I do for a long time.
This is what it would be good if mine felt more like this. This feels.
Yeah, but yours is Hypalon.
The Hypalon man.
The Hypalon man, yeah, that's it. PVC fabrics. See the difference of PVC look.
Right, so that's a PVC rig.
See how it goes a lot more.
Yeah. So that's just
plastic
just
PVC.
Solid plastic. So a Hon wave is PVC.
Yeah, PVC.
Right.
All the paddle boards.
Yeah. Okay.
They're all PVC. This is the classic grey. If you have an Avon made now, would be Hypalon, which is they call military grey. That's a lot thicker. And then this is like Neptune grey, which is a lot of made now, and then you can feel that it's a lot thinner. Whatever you get.
And then how do you sand it when you do it?
Just normal sandpaper.
Do you do it by hand or by?
Yeah, you can do it by hand. Some people you can get a Dremel.
And you can really see where you've been as well, which is quite good. Well, it's good to learn the tricks of the trade. You've got all the pots for the mixing. Yeah. What do you, 4202? No.
2402.
2402, that's the Bostik.
That's the Bostik.
Yeah.
So that's what Avon have always used from day one.
I see you've got another Sea Rider, very similar. Is that that's more modern? Is that like an 80s?
And then that's the bigger version. That's like a 5/4 Sea Rider.
Right.
That's like XMOD commercial. When the military and all that lot had extra rubbing straight when they go alongside ships and stuff.
Right.
When you went commercial spec, that's what you've got.
Right.
If you just went leisure spec, which you used to have just like a band like that. These are the newer valves.
Ah, right.
So that's a cap there on a spring.
Oh yeah, that's good. Really easy to. Because actually on mine I've got those little metal things you stick in.
Yeah, prongs. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they never changed. That was the good thing about Avon, was when you have an issue back in the day when they were in Wales.
Oh, is that where they were?
Yeah, a place called Llanelli in Wales. Nice cover. Because this is
Yeah.
this isn't a standard. You put this on extra,
Yeah.
didn't you? Yeah.
But it's actually served me really well.
Oh, they mainly fitted this on some of the bigger ribs.
How long have you been doing tubes then?
Since I was 15,
Wow.
so 35 years.
It's basically here, and it
Okay.
cracks back,
Yeah.
and those cracks run back, and it's on the other side is where it's really this
Oh,
hole.
here we go. Here. We really have to bring it back to about here, I would
Yeah.
say, something.
Yeah.
So we could take that tape all off, right? Bring this one back if you want. Well, we can sort that out, so we can go over the top with that and then go and have another strip or something over the top.
That would be
That's
great.
all right. But no wonder you can't get your legs in there
Yeah,
because you've
yeah.
got so much stuff.
I know. To try and like fix wiring in the front section, that's where you really get stuck.
Yeah.
So some sort of zippable thing here would be really good.
So
I
you're
don't know.
thinking of it here or here? No.
It could be two sides that you unzip and then it comes back that way.
Okay. Don't know if you could get a zip, go up and a
Yeah.
zip, and then you could have a flap.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Yeah.
If this one's sagged
Yeah.
because of the weight of it and everything like that over the years.
Also, Charlie did spend some time sitting on the front. I think it
well,
probably didn't help.
It doesn't help, you know.
Because I mean,
Put 'em on.
Hypalon is expensive, isn't it?
Yes,
It's
it is, yes.
I mean, do you think these are original?
Yes.
That's
I
pretty
would say
amazing. So it's
yeah.
77 this
Yeah.
one.
So what else we doing? So, we're
So,
doing that.
so valves.
Oh, your valves. The A4 valves.
That's the A4 valve.
Yeah, when these plugs fall out, they leak.
Yes.
Go for the newer style, like the C7s or whatever.
The dashboard's got to come back off, so I'm just undoing the bolts. I'm unplugging all the dash again. Really is a very nice job. Seems a shame to take it all apart. It's just simple plugs now. Right. Keep going, lovely.
So sometimes they can be leaking around here, because that's rubber again and that perishes. So they could be leaking around there.
Remove the seats for you here.
Yeah.
You're going to get this whole bit off.
Yeah, take this off.
Yeah.
Tape off here. And then we'll pull that all back. To as far as we need to go, really.
All the way back past the, yeah. Oh, well, thank you very much.
No problem.
It's great to have the experts involved.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see you in a bit when hopefully you're going to be like, I found the leak! We're back in Carden Valley Boatyard.
So we're back.
You're back. You're back at the yard.
How's it been going?
It's going good. All good. Take this lovely
Brilliant.
cover off.
Already
Hey,
feels-
is that all right? It's staying up now.
It's a big difference.
So you won't sink now when you're out at sea.
Great to see it without the bow dodger on there.
So yeah, the bow dodger's all off. Ready for you to fit your zip to it.
Yeah.
So you got new valves. Avon C7 valves, which are the best valves you can buy on the market, really. So you can turn it, and it's a non-return valve, so you won't lose the air out. If you want to deflate it, which you shouldn't hopefully ever do because it's a rib, you just turn it.
Oh, great. You managed to find the leak.
Yeah, found the leak eventually, which I don't think many people would do in history, because there's the leak there. If you can ever find a leak, it's going to be a seam or something that's been rubbing on here. So that's probably been like here over a period of time. You're going, and then the tube I've taken, I have to deflate that one as well, but I've taken that right back, because there's your hole there.
Yeah.
I don't know if this has been repaired before here,
Right.
this, but it just seems very, there's a lot of give in it.
Yeah, it should be a lot more rigid, right?
Yeah,
God, it's amazing though, you can really see the hole there.
yeah. And it's virtually gone a bit there as well, but this side, see how that, you can hear where it's cracking.
Oh yeah, it's almost coming away.
You could have ended up hitting probably another wave,
Yeah,
and probably end up well, that ain't not much left there.
yeah.
That's the bit what I was saying to you before. So it's spring loaded, so see the diaphragm on the bottom,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
and then that screws in,
Right, so you can actually take the valves out.
so the valve will come out. You can get a tool to undo that, but like I say, these last a long time.
Yeah. It's the old valve.
So that's the old valve.
What type of valve is that one?
So that was an A4 valve.
Because it was always leaking a bit.
Years and years ago, you used to have a tool that used to go in and it had a bend, and you used to be able to try and scrape all this off. This is the A7. So same principle what you got now really, spring loaded.
Good, you could open a museum of rib.
Yeah, I could, yeah. So if anybody ever wants to ask me any questions about old stuff, and there you go, your pump end still fits
Right,
the
okay,
originals.
so you kept, that's good. So not like a modern phone charger.
No. This is original Avon bellows. You can see the name, I think. So this is what you'd have had. That's what it would have come with, a proper bellows foot pump.
Even with a bit of wood on it.
A bit of wood, see? And a bit of grip. A decent rubber hose which lasts instead of these plastic hoses that break and rubbish.
So that's a proper industrial.
Yeah, proper, yeah. And that's what you would have had back in the days, which then just goes straight into your pump like that. And then the only thing that's ever gone wrong with it, I think the bit of tread at the bottom started to peel off, but apart from that.
And that's a bit of hypalon.
Yeah, hypalon, yeah.
Right.
See, and I've had one of those since I was a kid. There you go. That's probably how old it is.
Now the tubes are done, I brought Goodwin round the corner back to Cockwells to work on the hull. It's time for some proper fibreglassing.
So Andrew's done a really good job.
Well, it's because it's holding.
Yeah, I mean it properly like.
She is turgid.
Yeah.
Putting in some kind of opening up here as well.
Yeah. The plan is zip from here around like that. I thought this would have fallen off.
Well, no, because you had a whole new transom and it was bolted down to new hard points.
Yeah. But
So-
it's as solid as the day we left it.
Yeah. But what you've really got to do is know where to stop. That's the absolute secret with this. And
So,
yeah.
But that's solid. But feel it here. Just look.
It lifts this way. The whole time it's slamming. Every wave just wants to push it, push it,
Yeah,
push it.
yeah.
This was not far away from the front falling off.
Yeah.
That video. I think we're talking about putting 3 layers of 600.
Right.
That is what they call a snake's wedding.
Now we can get to this. It's actually much easier to
Yeah,
neaten it up a bit.
I mean, what a gift! Look at all that cabling. It's about 10
this is like
kilos
the
of
bit that you
copper.
don't see.
I'll take you back in here to where you were and come and have a look. Yeah. Wow. It's being used in every facet. See the Dutchy 35 hull there with the Dutchy 35 deck. It's getting to that point where we're starting that same phase of putting boats into bays. We're just literally now moving the mezzanine across. What you saw last time is up to our 35 footers there. So what you have under here is a 50, 52 actually.
Is that a Hardy?
That's a Hardy. So that's the top, that's the sort of wheelhouse. Come around the back and we'll have a look. The hull's being knocked back, so it's going to be grey, it was blue. Pair of big Volvos under here. I mean, you know, a little larger than your, a little, We'll have a quick look. The mock-up of the steps. There we go. So again, completely different.
Yeah.
Sorry, there we go.
So basically, the boats are just getting bigger and bigger now.
Boats
aren't
getting
they?
bigger and bigger. Yeah, so all this was, these containers were just being dropped in, weren't they?
Right. Oh yeah.
By
no,
Dave
yeah,
on the
yeah.
telehandlers, or maybe an hour. So,
Oh, look
You
at
know,
this.
then
So
you've got
civilized.
and then it's going to have steps down to each boat, I believe. Yeah. So you laminate them up in here, and then as they're finished, we can roll them down.
I know what you're thinking. Didn't we already repair the hull? Well, yes, we did the back, we did the transom. Now we're doing the front bit, the bow.
So this is where you'll hang out.
Where-
This is a houseboat.
Amazing.
It's going to Northern Europe. All it's going to have is galley, shower heads or up the other end. Big, like Dutchy 35 doors here, you know, big teak doors open up. Oh, sunroof, yeah. Yeah, huge big Webasto sunroof. Watch yourself on the... This is our workboat, one of our workboats. This is all wood. This is a wooden motor launch,
it?
completely, yeah.
Wow. And what's this one here?
Which one?
This orange one.
This orange one? Yeah. Well, it looks like it's had a major accident. You've got your little 4-metre rib, and then you've got, this is the pilot vessel, or the harbourmaster's vessel for the Isles of Scilly. When I say a proper rib, I mean it had the engine out, tubes have gone off to be redone.
You're happy to see this back again? So soon.
I actually watched you this weekend and you throwing it in the lock.
Oh yeah, which was
Oh, that was a seminal moment.
very much. Sorry to be back here so soon.
What do you mean soon? It's been a while. Seems like a long time.
Yeah.
I would like to think we'll complete the puzzle.
Yeah,
There's not a lot
exactly.
more we can do.
We've done the back, now we're doing the front, and then it'll just be the middle.
Just the middle. What you want to do, everything in the middle is fine. Still looking at this. Is this yogurt cartons? I can't remember what
still
you
got a bit of yogurt pop.
See, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll outlast you. That'll outlast us all.
It's like the worst bit.
Well, it's only like that.
Yeah.
There, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where the water started coming in.
What size wave did you hit at?
It was big. They were like that, sort of the top of the hull there. Yeah, I mean, we were taking off. It was like full bang.
I'll just build from here to here, right up and around it in.
So you're going to put a new bit on.
But I'm going to lay it up from here to here.
Brilliant.
So it's over excessive, so
Amazing.
right, because that's where there's no done, so you need strength to come over.
So you're going to strengthen it all the way down.
Yeah. So is that the only area?
I mean, pretty much. The only what I was
you
thinking
want me to do
is
something
a
like
hard
that?
point here,
Yeah.
and then another one there,
Yeah, just to
and then
keep it
they
in.
can strap it.
Yeah, it's fine. What's like underneath? Fuck, is it still
It's good, yeah. Honestly,
But it still looks quite new though.
yeah. Honestly, the underside is perfect still.
What's all these scratches here?
They're not. I think that was maybe from being on tied to a fishing boat.
I'll just repolish it.
Really?
That's
Brilliant.
fine, no worries at all. We'll just do an extra layout for you.
It's getting shot of the master at work.
That's a mould for a deck hatch.
Right. Okay.
One-off temporary mould. Concept behind this boat is, although it's 50 foot, it's mainly for a couple with a couple of friends.
Right.
It's got a very large deck saloon, so predominantly you'd be up on the top deck steering it.
I'll take one.
That'll be your next boat.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, I have to put. What's the waiting list for one of those then? If I put my order in,
A couple of years.
couple of years.
Yeah,
Well, thank you very much for
no problem.
stepping in to fix up. I'm sorry I broke it.
Stop breaking it. But then, you know, when something's that old,
Yeah.
and was never intended to last that long.
Yeah.
So when you get your Hardy 50,
Yeah.
Goodwin could be tendered to,
That would be perfect. It would be a perfect tender boat actually. Put the deposit down now.
yeah, about 500 grand.
Okay.
the
All right. The deposit. Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'll save. I'll get some more views.
Get your viewers all to give
Yeah.
a couple of quid each.
Yeah.
You'll be there. Like, just say to your viewers, if anyone wants to send me a tenner towards our new boat, we've
Yeah.
got some bigger adventures. I reckon you'd do well with like a crowdfunder, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it would be good.
Style of it. Yeah. Well,
With all this removed, we can finally finish off the bow section. We can properly build a support for the lid. I've also made these extra hard points to put down here and hold the battery on. We originally made this lid, but it was always a bit loose. But now it fits properly. All of this can be fiberglassed in now. Hopefully, when I come back, Andy's going to have fiberglassed the hell out of Goodwin, and the bow is going to be solid again. Right, I'm back. The bow is fiberglass. There is now no longer a hole here. The bow looks as perfect as it always did. This is incredibly thick. Look how thick this is. The fiberglassing magic has been performed. Hopefully it won't break again. Andy has done a wonderful job. Big empty warehouse has changed a lot. It's now a production line.
Door frame for that houseboat.
Oh, are you?
That's a door frame. Internal.
Hello, Harry.
Hello, I'm back.
How are you?
You're very good.
Everyone wants the boats for Easter, so we got rid of them.
Ah, right. Is that what happens basically?
Everyone wants to use them in the summer when
Yeah.
the sun's out. So they're
Except
all
for
out.
me, who's still here. I'm still here, but it's looking good. I mean,
Should get you around the rest of Britain now.
I know, I hope so. So this is looking great. The barge.
By the end of the month, we'll have it finished.
Right. Amazing.
So
Really.
Oh, so this is where you drive from?
Yeah.
Oh, so you actually drive at the front?
You have to drive at the front, yeah. Yeah, that's the loo there.
Nice.
There's going to be a wardrobe there, wardrobe there.
Right. Basically going to be a posh flat when it's
Very
done.
posh flat. We're going as fast as we can.
Yeah, of course.
I've put 3 biaxial mats on there.
I mean, it feels so thick. Right, okay, they go,
Yeah,
so
because
you
it's not going to move now.
Yeah.
I had to paint
Right.
all the way down here.
Sorry.
I was like, what's he doing?
No, I'm sorry. So solid. Thank you very much. And I
Yep.
promise I won't break it again.
I'm sure you will.
Right, the hard points all glued in, ready for fibreglassing.
All right, Dave.
We're on board Marie. This is the Cockwells boss's boat. Dave needs a hand moving it to Scotland, so he's called on one of the most expert Scottish navigators who's been there quite recently. That's me, to give him a hand.
Comes the captain.
So my swarthy crew,
Yeah.
hard at work.
This is Alex. Alex, you're another crew member.
Lovely to be on board, Marie.
Here for the ride?
Morning, I'm here, yes, that's correct. I've got to get more of my Moby Dick quotes, like
Oh, yeah.
high time for us to get to sea.
This is a little bit bigger than Goodwin. It's got a few more gadgets. I think the engine's slightly bigger. All right, we're off. Dave's pimped it right up, but it's a 1936 fishing trawler, and really learning to love it. Next stop is Loch Ewe and a boatyard, where hopefully Dave's going to be able to get Marie fixed.
Marie was originally built as a ring netter in 1936 at Nobles of Girvan. They built hundreds of these boats, as they would call them. They were originally used for fishing herring, and these little boats went out in their hundreds and pretty much made the herring extinct. The ring netters are the prettiest of the converted fishing boats, I think. The early ones are much finer. You know, that's why they can get away with much less horsepower.
From Falmouth to Loch Ewe in Scotland is a very long way. It's about 550 miles. It's going to take us a long time because this boat is not designed for top speed. The Gardner engine, of course, is the original engine from 1936. It's a giant 15-litre engine, burns diesel, and it just keeps chugging. Dave has converted the boat to run with sails as well. So you can pop the sails up whenever you want for that extra knot of speed.
Right, Skip, can Mr. Dwyer drive a bit now?
Right, we're off round the Lizard. Oh, it's getting a bit more wavy.
I'm handing over
Oh, are you? Okay, right, okay. So unlike on Goodwin, this is going to be a non-stop thrill ride. There's no camping, there's no stopping. We're going through the night, and we're just going to keep going. Definitely rides the waves pretty nicely, but it's very creaky. Yeah, welcome to the Lizard. Ooh. That's what she's built for.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, it's kind of the beginning part of its life on the west coast of Scotland.
Right, we've done Land's End. Now we're just chugging straight towards Wales. We're 30 miles out to sea. We're doing 8 knots. Oh, thanks, Dave. Delicious. Compliments to the chef.
Oh, you're very welcome.
We're just going to keep going into the night now. The sun is setting, and hopefully we should be in Wales at about 2 in the morning. A lot of ships out here at night. Right, we've been chugging all night on Dave's boat. We don't stop. We just keep going. What are you doing, Dave?
Morning.
Morning. Mackerel sandwich.
Very sort of slick sea today. Fog is coming in gradually. Oh, that was mackerel sandwich.
This is a lovely relaxing jaunt. We've been taking in turns to nap, doing watches. We've been very civilised. That engine just keeps on trucking, a steady chug all the way. This boat has a lot of gadgets, not as many as Goodwin, but it's getting there. Dave's got me fixing RJ45 leads. Here we are. The galley. What have we got here, Dave?
A little feast going on here.
Scotch
Some
eggs.
freshly produced food that I made earlier, obviously.
Yeah, straight out the oven, these.
Straight out the oven.
Yeah.
Yeah, right quality, obviously.
What is it that you like about Scotch eggs, Dave?
It's like breakfast that is handheld with no wrapper.
Yeah.
Egg and sausage with bread.
It's got bread as well.
It's got bread as well. That is what a breakfast is in my mind.
It's so nice down here.
Do you think Alex is going to be jealous when he sees what we've made?
Oh yeah, because he had his mackerel sandwich.
He had a mackerel sandwich. Yeah.
This is a great kitchen. I do like the orange worktop, Dave. What is this, Korean?
Yeah.
That is that's posh stuff.
Yeah, that's the posh stuff. Only the best for marine.
I'm fine, thank you. It's very private. I just had a mackerel sandwich. I needed to eat that mackerel.
Hello!
Pass on to you, Harry, on this.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. Right, over there is Ireland, and we're heading up to the coast of Belfast and on to the Mull of Kintyre and Scotland. We've just passed Dublin. The weather's still looking up, bit of a moody sky, but still nice and calm.
At the time of this broadcast, there are no gale warnings in force for sea areas, Harry Sea, Rockall, Malin, or Hebrides.
It's been another night of shifts. We've made it to Scotland. Over there is the Mull of Kintyre. The mainsail is up. 5 knots. And it doesn't cost anything, you just do it all day long. For free.
Very long,
Yeah.
every day, as long as you like, as long as there's wind. Doing 10 at the moment.
Yeah, it's mad.
Well, that's the original mast step that I just had regalvanised. Right. And then this is an aluminium mast that I found in the boatyard when I bought it. It was lying in a bank.
So the sails are a new addition, yeah.
Yeah, new last year. Still sort of, haven't really used them much yet.
Gaff rigged,
Yeah, gaff catch.
So it means it's got that top bit of wood that you lift up.
That's right. So gaff rig is where the gaff, the top spar, is at an angle to the main mast, and then you can have a topsail on top.
Right.
The planking is large on 3-inch thick oak frames. She handles as well as a lot of gaffers. Right. You know, for 45-ton boats, it's pretty nifty. Yeah. The early ones are much finer. You know, that's why they can get away with much less horsepower. Right. And they were built pretty quick for a price to do a job. She's fitted with a 5-cylinder Gardner engine, which develops about 98 horsepower flat out when it was new, like 80 years ago, whenever it was. I think she was fished until the 70s. I think she did her time in Scotland. When they'd finished with her here, she was brought up and she went to Ireland. They had a fire in a generator, it burnt out the engine room, and it was written off by the insurance company. I bought it originally for the sole purpose of being able to get my young family on the water. The original plan was to spend no money on her, use her for like 10 years to the end of her life, because she was pretty tired. Over the years, the internals have had about 4 different layouts. As the children got bigger, the layouts changed and the usage changed, and now we're at a point where everyone's an adult. So we've got 2 double cabins and some extra single cabins. After the 10 years, she was at the end of her life, and I had to make a decision. And I have got sort of attached to her, bizarrely, and she is one of the family. So I decided to do a full number. I rebuilt the wheelhouse, all of the decks, everything from the hull up, and actually replaced most of the frames as well. And I bolted all the frames, whereas originally they were just nailed together. So she's a lot stronger than she was when she was new in that respect. We've lived on it as well for a few months, and it was very, very comfortable. It's got central heating, it's self-sufficient, carries loads of water, loads of fuel, generator. My dad had a little wooden boat, which I was brought up with, and that bizarrely was quite similar to this, which is, that's what you do, isn't it? Yeah. You always go back to what you did when you were a kid. Showed up to the Isle of Yew to drop Marie off with a good friend, an ex-apprentice of mine called Alistair. Set himself up on his island as a boat builder. He's built a boatyard. I'm going to get him to replank her above the waterline. Pretty good below the waterline, I've done most of that, but she could do with replanking above the waterline, and that'd be really the last thing that really needs to be done. It looks like I'm going to end up owning her till I can't handle it anymore. He'll do it over the winter, and I'll come up here and spend next summer in Scotland, which is all part of the sort of fun of it.
Right, we're coming back round to Duart Castle. Last time we were here, I lost the drone and all the footage, so this time I'm going to get it again, and hopefully I won't lose it again. Hello. Just taking it easy on the beanbag. It's very important to take it easy on the beanbag from time to time. Otherwise, Dave's got me doing a lot of jobs. I'm doing wiring, tea making, and navigation. Having been here before, obviously I'm chief navigator. Unlike Goodwin, Marie has an autopilot. It's very handy, it means you can just tell it where you want to go and Marie just gets there.
Here we are back at the lovely harbour of Tobermory. I've lost my voice.
Morning coffee. Fantastic. I've got honey in mine. There's some in the freezer.
We're now deep into the islands, just passing the island of Skye where Eddie and I stopped off. We're not far now from our destination, the Isle of Yew, where Marie is going to be fixed. Drone gloves, very important item.
Drone gloves, yeah, I mean, it reduces the anxiety levels when the aircraft's coming into land.
Yeah. Catching the drone on this boat is quite tricky because there's a lot of masts, sails, stanchions. Yeah, but so far, so good. I think I've been a pretty good shipmate on this journey. I've done a lot of driving and I've pushed a lot of buttons on the screen and the autopilot, which I know Dave has been very impressed with. We really couldn't have hoped for better weather on this trip. It's been quite incredible. Last time we were here, it was foggy, cold, rainy. Fancy a dip. We're about 500 miles in now. This is the last hop to Loch Yew. Dave's going to leave Marie in the boatyard for the winter, where Al is hopefully going to work his magic on the old wooden bits. We're on the home straight.
Yeah, I read a book about how to play the harmonica blues, basically. And it's a self-published book, it's on Amazon, and I normally sell up to one a year. I think 1 month recently I made £2.63, which is quite a big leap from where I've been for a while.
Don't pull it in yet. All 3 sails an hour. We just put the headsail up and we're doing over 9 knots. That's hard work and it feels very manly. Certainly give the catering on board 5 stars. Dave's done an excellent job. He did complain that my tea was a little milky, so I think my tea making skills need to be worked on. Got a problem with the mainsail, so we get the sails down. Wind's getting up. It's getting quite choppy. There's some pretty big waves here. Dave's just out there.
Wrong. It's like you don't want to get anything wrong. You don't want to fix it. Dave,
I'm on 46, so I think you don't want to be too...
Yeah, no, don't go too fast. Stay away from the headland.
Okay.
Are there any hatches open anywhere?
Oh, let's go check the bar.
Anything.
Thanks very much for having me along.
Oh, you've been a real joy. I now know how to use all my Raymarine stuff. I'll certainly spend the winter here, and then I'm going to come back in the spring and spend probably May and June or cruising around, see things in a bit more detail.
A little hairy there around the headland.
Well, I wouldn't say hairy. Interesting, but yeah, it was the first sort of real heavy sea that we've had, isn't it? Probably as lovely as that coming across the western approaches, but it's dark, wasn't it? So we didn't see it.
Right, we've made it to Loch Ewe, sun setting. That was some slightly terrifying sea, but we've made it. Alex has been working very hard on the sails.
I've been in sails for years.
So this is the Isle of Ewe in Loch Ewe. It's an island, small, sun is setting on the Isle of Ewe. We made it! The celebratory barbecue. It's the first boat delivery complete for me. Obviously it's a new occupation for me, boat deliverer.
Morning in Loch Ewe. Time for a little dip, I think. Perfect. Perfect temperature.
Where are you going?
It's chilly, we're going for a dip.
Are you? What, with your jumper up?
The jumper's coming off.
Are you sure?
It's quite cold, but I'm guessing it's going to be really warm in the water, right? Any giant jellyfish in there?
Yeah, loads of them. Yeah, that's not cold, is it? That's lovely and warm. Here, do you want your camera?
Yeah, jack in. Hey, what's he doing? He's not allowed out. Come on, we're going to go. Oh. Well.
Table ready?
Alright, table ready.
You're not resting on your nose, are you?
Off we go!
Off we jolly well go.
So, this is the Isle of Ewe boat builders. Soon Marie will be in the shed, very much like this one, and having the top planking above the waterline removed and the new bits going back in.
We're on an island in a loch, which is quite exciting.
So is that your fishing boat?
That's my boat, slip back.
Oh. How did you get a hole in your boat?
I hit the rock.
Oh, no.
Not a nice feeling.
Thank you very much.
I went golf.
Bye.
Cheers.
Hello. How's it going?
Always
Good.
What's happened now? There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I know. Everyone pleased that I'm here to help out.
Yeah, that's
Right, I'm back to finally put everything back together. Right, all these hard points are now fiberglassed in. They just need to be top coated and then everything can go back in.
Put another one on tomorrow morning for you. We've got as well, it's like
Fiberglass King is back.
getting it all set up. Richard's coming in tomorrow to help me put everything back together. He's back. The wires are going back in.
It's a lot better. You don't have to crawl under the dashboard.
Can you remember where everything goes?
No, not really. I haven't brought the wiring diagram with me. Who rolled all these up?
I was in a hurry.
There's a lot of wires.
So all this is going to go back in here. Come on then.
Nice snug fit.
Yeah, that's very neat. Batteries in, NEMA network, charge relays, engine management. Everything's connected back up. We're going to try turning the boat back on for the first time in a long time. Screens are coming on. Right, everything's working. Thermal. Yeah. Tubes are up. It's looking a bit more like Goodwin. So the wiring bay is now looking a lot neater. Bit of a bird's nest here, Richard, but this bit is good. Great. So wiring is complete. Goodwin is looking a lot more back together. Next up, we need to glue the front tubes back on, put the dashboard in, and off we go. Thanks, Richard.
Thanks. See you again.
Right, I've got the crack team here. What do you think of the boat? Is it looking good? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, master? Okay, boat's ready. We need to go and get those tubes glued back on. Come on, guys. Let's go. Do you want to have a look around a boat factory?
This is a new shear plank. It's going to be the rubbing straight, and this one's a heavy plank, whale plank.
Oh, you found a pencil. Juliet's found a pencil for you.
Sorry?
Juliet's found a pencil. Is that your pencil, she said?
That belongs to this guy.
It's very thick. God, that really is thick, isn't it?
Yeah, everything on this boat's really thick.
Yeah. Everything's done. Now we're going to Somerset to meet a man about putting all the tubes back together and doing some finishing touches. So Goodwin needs to be glued back together, and we've come here to Somerset to see Ryan. He's a rib tube specialist, and he set up his own business called Ribworks because Ryan, who's a viewer, he kindly said he'd do it for free. Hi Ryan, good to meet you. So you're the, well, you sounds like you're a fan of Sea Riders.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't have a Sea Rider until I started watching your videos.
Oh really?
And I managed to get hold of this Sea Rider. I've literally totally refurbed it.
Ah, looks neat. Look at that. Really neat. I like your keel guard as well.
And obviously because this is the one with the console, built a locker box as well.
Oh right, okay.
That's
really, look at that.
Obviously I made the console from scratch out of like whiteboard mould.
Ribworks, this is your business.
Yeah, that's the business that I'm starting and trying to get off the ground. So
brilliant. Yeah, that's just. I mean, these tubes are amazing as well. I love your rubber. You want to see inside? This is very smart. So you're just going to basically make it look like this, yeah? Thanks.
One to put your repair kit in.
It's amazing what you can actually do with Hypalon, isn't it? Hello? Right, we're back. Ryan has done an incredible job in there. Goodwin is looking spanking. Wow, look at that. He's done an amazing job. I mean, I was just having a little look here already. This is like, look at that. I mean, it's so much
More solid?
Yeah.
So you stuck it all the way down?
I even edged up the edge of the fiberglass flange, so there's a nice strip encasing the flange.
New nose section looks so good. It looks so sturdy.
I haven't wired up anything.
Man, this is amazing. Had that old tape on there now. So that's actually a Hypalon strip on here. Sprayed X. I mean, look at that. And now here's the new zip. The dream has come to fruition. He's come up with an idea of using a dry suit zip to make it completely waterproof and perfect. So you've gone...
It's a bit stiff because it needs wax.
Wow. That's amazing. It's completely waterproof now. So the storage hatch is complete. I mean, I guess that's a strong handle as well.
Yeah.
And now nothing's getting in there, no waves or anything. I mean, that's going to be so good for like camping. We can put everything tents. I mean, it looks so good. All the wiring bits now feel really super solid. You basically reinforced all of the tricky bits. Yeah. Feels like it'll go for another 40 years. So you think we should retube it long term?
Yeah, 100%. There's still life left in it, but I do think retube it. Why not?
Yeah. So you think retube it in that one day?
I just think it'd so much...
Be a very different boat, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And like I say, I think with a rubbing stripe, with maybe even like an orange pinstripe above the rubbing stripe.
Yes, now we're talking.
It's got all this Rain Marine stuff on. Cockwells has done a good job with the fiberglass, and I think now it just needs a really nice tube.
So yeah, maybe one day new tubes, but that's for another day. Right now, God, it looks so smart. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All stuck back down. It's looking very solid. It's going to take a pounding in the waves.